Thank you for coming and watching and joining. I hope you enjoy the journey.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Secretariat theme tour at the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. Today we're going to be taking you around the museum and highlighting some of our very special Secretariat objects that we have out on display that are in our collection. We are here starting in the sculpture gallery of the museum. This is not traditionally where a museum tour starts, but we do have a couple of pieces in here that we wanted to highlight that have to do with Secretariat. But before we start, I thought I would give you a little bit of background on the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. It was actually founded right here in Saratoga in the year 1950 by a group of gentlemen who were thoroughbred racing enthusiasts. Those gentlemen founded the museum in 1950, and it lived down the road at the Canfield Casino from 1951 to 1955. In 55, the museum moved to its current location, the building we are standing in right now. In 2000, we did have a renovation that added on the gift shop and a couple other areas to the museum. And then in 2020, we have just finished our most recent renovation of the Hall of Fame and the Race Day Gallery, which we will get to in just a little bit, so stay with us.
The first object we want to show you is called 31 Lengths, Secretariat at Belmont by Jim Reno. This was donated to the museum by Penny Chenery. This bronze captures the moment Secretariat and Ron Turcotte raced into history and won the Triple Crown. In this piece, the artist really emphasizes the incredibly large stride of Secretariat, one of the contributing factors that led to his record-breaking Belmont Stakes win with a margin of victory of 31 lengths on June 9th of 1973. Here we are at the starting gate inside the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. Here at the starting gate, we like to point out a couple really amazing factors of thoroughbred racing, one of which the strength and athleticism of the jockey. The jockey is usually about 100 pounds riding atop a thoroughbred racehorse that taps out at about 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. Usually, this horse reaches speeds of 40 to 45 miles an hour running down a race course. It's really an amazing feat of athleticism for both horse and rider.
Welcome to our pre-Civil War Gallery. This gallery tells the story of thoroughbred racing leading up to the Civil War. At this time, the South dominated thoroughbred racing. Many of the tracks were located in the South, and the majority of the gambling of the sport was done there as well. A lot of this had to do with the fact that the North had passed a lot of anti-gambling legislation, pushing all of the thoroughbred racing to the South. Come with me and I will show you one of the best portraits of one of the greatest thoroughbred sires, Lexington.
In the pre-Civil War era, it was common for Southern gentlemen to commission portraits of their best horses. This portrait, Lexington, was painted by Edward Troy, a famous painter who traveled the country and is the sport's best-known artist of the mid-19th century. Lexington, son of Boston, is America's greatest native sire. He topped the sire list 16 times with 283 winners and 11 champions. A member of our Hall of Fame, Lexington also sired 4 additional Hall of Fame horses. Secretariat is a descendant of Lexington through fair play. We also have an original shoe of Lexington's hanging in our pre-Civil War gallery. This shoe was actually the first item officially added to the museum's collection. Welcome to our post-Civil War gallery. The impact of the Civil War was felt in all aspects of American life, including racing. Southern racing was effectively destroyed by the war. The best horses of the South were lost in the war effort, and Southern breeding stock was decimated. Race courses became training grounds for armies, and thoroughbreds in the North and the South were stolen for the war effort. Racing in the Deep South never recovered. It did live on in border states such as Kentucky, which became a major thoroughbred breeding center after the war and continues to do so today. This is First Fortuity, painted by Louis Maurer in 1888. Note the depiction of the horses when racing. They have a rocking horse straddle, with all four legs extended. You and I know this is not what thoroughbred horses look like while they are racing. However, this was painted before the invention of the photograph. This painting style was proven wrong by the end of the 19th century when photographs of a horse in motion were taken by Edward Muybridge. This painting is set at the Coney Island Jockey Club, which illustrates the growing dominance of New York horsemen after the Civil War. Races in New York had some of the highest purses in the nation. However, new transportation methods, such as railroads, also carried the sport across the country. The Coney Island Jockey Club first held the Fortuity Stakes in 1888. At that time, it was the richest race ever run in the United States. This race eventually became the Fortuity at the Belmont Park, which Secretariat won in 1972 on his way to being named Champion 2-Year-Old Male and Horse of the Year. One change of the post-Civil War period was the rise of the professional jockey, which is illustrated in these paintings. Prior to the war, Southern stable boys, or grooms, who were generally slaves, rode in races for their owners. After the war, these former slaves and their descendants became the country's first professional athletes. One of the most well-known of these men is Isaac Murphy, largely considered to be the greatest jockey in the history of thoroughbred racing. Murphy was inducted into our Hall of Fame as part of the inaugural class of 1955. The 20th century was characterized by change in almost every area of the sport. Racing became wildly popular in new regions such as Florida and California. The railroad made it possible to move horses more quickly between these new areas, and racing became a national sport where thoroughbreds were expected to compete at the best national races. New participants arrived on the scene with the mid-century rise of Latino jockeys, such as Angel Cordero, and the increasing involvement of women in every aspect of the sport, from trainers such as Mary Hirsch and Linda Rice, to jockeys like Kathy Kussner and Julie Crone, and owners leading their own breeding and racing operations, including Penny Chenery's Meadow stable. Penny Chenery and Secretariat grace the pages of Sports Illustrated's June 11, 1973 issue, with articles including Boss Tweety, Lady with a Lot of Horse, and Triple Crown Criteria, Secretariat Has the Goods. The last issue published before Secretariat ended the 25-year Triple Crown drought. The feature on Penny explored her role as director and manager of Meadow Stable, the racing operation she inherited from her father, Christopher Chenery.
Hi, I'm Victoria Reisman, curator here at the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. Welcome to our McBean Gallery, home of our major special exhibition, Women in Racing. Recently extended for another full year, this exhibit showcases the women who paved the way for future generations to follow their dreams and pursue a career in the sport of thoroughbred racing in America, including Penny Chenery, the first woman inducted into our Hall of Fame as a Pillar of the Turf. This exhibit showcases their stories by exhibiting art and artifacts from the museum collection and additional items on loan from individuals, including the Chenery Tweety family, who generously loaned an item from Penny's personal collection, one of her 5 Jockey Club membership pins, and a photograph from her first Jockey Club member dinner. Best known as the owner of Secretariat, Penny also holds a special place in thoroughbred racing history as one of the first 3 women elected to membership in the Jockey Club. Established in 1894 and dedicated to the improvement of thoroughbred breeding and racing, the Jockey Club remained a men's-only organization until 1983 when Penny, along with Alaire DuPont, owner of Kelso, and Martha Geary, owner of Forgo, joined their ranks. With the success of their future Hall of Fame horses, it was impossible to deny that they deserved a seat at the table to discuss the future of their sport. Today, 17 women are members of the Jockey Club, making about 13% of the organization. You can learn more about the Jockey Club including its history, items from its archives, including some historic documents relating to Secretariat, and our brand new Jockey Club gallery, created as part of our Hall of Fame education experience.
Welcome to the brand new Jockey Club Gallery. This gallery is now home to items that represent the Jockey Club's impact on thoroughbred racing across America. This is a permanent gallery at the National Museum of Racing. These framed drawings show the various different types of markings a thoroughbred horse can have. This set of paperwork is the official registration paperwork of several well-known racehorses, including Secretariat. Secretariat's paperwork is dated 1970, which is the year he was born, and it includes the 4 standard registration photographs. Welcome to our fully renovated brand new Race Day Gallery. We wanted to capture a few key elements of modern thoroughbred racing here in this gallery. On the left, this is our Winner's Circle exhibit. It makes a great photo op if you're ever able to visit the museum in Saratoga Springs, New York. To the right, along this whole inner wall, there are displays for the major thoroughbred race courses across the country. This display features the different types of racing surfaces: dirt, turf, and synthetic. This is our donor wall, which showcases the silks of the stables of our Board of Trustees who supported the Hall of Fame Education Experience campaign. This is the paddock exhibit, giving visitors the experience of being inside the paddock at the track, all while being inside of the museum. And last but not least is the 1973 Belmont Stakes program, part of the Belmont Racecourse display. When Secretariat won this race, he was officially entered into the history books as a Triple Crown winner. Winning the Triple Crown is considered the highest achievement of the sport. The 3 jewels of the crown include the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes. Sir Barton was the first Triple Crown winner, and Justify is the most recent. Only 13 horses have won all 3 races. Secretariat holds the distinction of setting stakes records for all 3 classic races in his 1973 Triple Crown campaign.
Hi, I'm Brian Bouye, and I'd like to welcome you to the new Hall of Fame here at the National Museum of Racing. We are in the new Hall of Fame, a fully interactive and digital experience that features a signature 16-minute film that gives you all of the excitement and passion of thoroughbred racing and what it takes to become one of the rare inductees into the Hall of Fame. Today I'd like to show you a little bit about the connections of Secretariat here at the Hall of Fame, the 9th Triple Crown winner and a 1974 Hall of Fame inductee here on our digital interactive plaques. Here we're at one of the 9 digital touchscreens, and basically all you have to do is touch the screen to get started here. And you can search the inductees by categories. We have horses, jockeys, trainers, and pillars of the turf. Today we're going to take a quick look here at Secretariat. So you hit the horse category, and you can see that they come up by alphabetized name, or you can hit the search button and just type in. And there's Secretariat, and we'll click on his plaque. And basically you'll see here the digital plaque with all the career information, the records, the highlights, his lifespan, where he was bred, career years, and down at the bottom we have all of his breeding information, the owner, the trainer. And you can play a little quick video here, which Secretariat fans are certainly going to be excited about. This is the stretch run of the 1973 Belmont Stakes, where Secretariat set a world record that still stands. And here's the stretch run where he won the Belmont by 31 lengths. So along with the digital plaque, we have photo galleries. We get an opportunity to look at the Hall of Fame inductees. And you can just scroll on these or touch the little buttons here at the bottom. We've got Secretariat here. This is at the Preakness for the post parade. This is him winning the Gotham in 1973 at Aqueduct. We've got the Kentucky Derby. We've got him in the post getting ready for the Belmont Stakes here in '73. The classic Bob Coglany shot of Ron Turcotte looking over his shoulder and seeing nobody in the distance here at the Belmont. We've got a great photo of Secretariat in retirement by Barbara Livingston here at Claiborne Farm in 1986. These Hall of Fame plaques also have detailed achievement pages where you can learn just about the basics of what the Hall of Fame inductees did. For Secretariat, the 9th Triple Crown winner in 1973, 2-time Horse of the Year, Eclipse Award winner is a 2-year-old male, 3-year-old male, male turf horse, and some of the other major races he won, including the 73 Arlington Million, the 73 Man o' War, and concluding his career in the Canadian International. So that's Secretariat. We also have in the Hall of Fame, several of his connections are here. His jockey Ron Turcotte, his trainer Lucian Lauren, as well as Penny and Christopher Chenery. So those are the inductees connected with Secretariat. We also have Reva Ridge here as a member of the Hall of Fame. So we hope you have an opportunity to come here to Saratoga and check out all of the digital interactive plaques here at the Hall of Fame.
Hi Secretariat fans. Hope everybody's enjoying the Secretariat Festival weekend. Thank you once again for being at the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame today. Here we are in the Cornelius Vanderbilt Whitney courtyard, and the focal point here is the Secretariat bronze. And for those of you who might think that you recognize this bronze, there are two. In 1974, Paul Mellon commissioned 2 Secretariat bronzes. They are John Skeaping bronzes, and it is 3/4 of the life size of Secretariat himself. So we are very fortunate to have one here in the courtyard at the National Museum of Racing Hall of Fame. And the second one, as most of you already know, is at the New York Racing Association's Belmont Park paddock. It is owned by the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame, and it is on perpetual loan to the New York Racing Association.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here with the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame during the Secretariat Festival. I hope you enjoyed your tours with museum educator Lindsay Doyle, the curator Victoria Reisman, and Brian Bouillet, our Hall of Fame and Communications Director, as well as myself, Kate Masterson. I'd like to let everyone know that we have memberships that start with individual all the way up through lifetime. Please be sure to visit our website, www.racingmuseum.org, as well as our new gift shop. So if you're in Saratoga Springs, please stop by. We also have an online gift shop where this Secretariat